G'day everyone, Costa here. Today we're diving into the world of school gardens. Imagine your school buzzing with life. Lush plants, flowers, and fruit you can pick yourself. This isn't just about making things look pretty, it's about connecting with nature and learning outside the classroom. A school garden is a living classroom where you learn science, relax, and grow alongside your plants. We'll show you how to create a safe, thriving garden right here in Victoria, with plants perfect for our climate. Get ready to build something lasting, together with your school and community. So grab your gloves, let's grow. Why have a school garden? It's a boost for your well-being and your learning. Gardens offer a peaceful escape from stress, helping you relax and recharge. You'll see science come alive. Watch seeds sprout, study insects, and learn about ecosystems firsthand. By planting natives, you help local wildlife and learn about sustainability. Composting, saving water, and more. It's hands-on, practical learning that sticks. Plus, gardens build teamwork. Everyone pitches in, solves problems, and shares the rewards. You'll feel proud when you harvest your first crop. A school garden transforms your school into a true community hub. A garden is a full-body experience. Feel the soil, smell the flowers, taste fresh veggies. Being in green spaces lowers stress and boosts your mood. Science proves it. Gardening gets you moving, releases endorphins, and builds confidence as you nurture plants from seed to harvest. You learn patience, responsibility, and observation. The garden becomes a peaceful sanctuary for reflection or a place to connect with friends. It's a vital outlet for stress and helps create a positive school culture. A school garden makes every day healthier and happier. The garden is your living science lab. No textbook can match it. Watch seeds sprout, flowers bloom and fruit grow, biology in action. Study pollinators, beneficial insects, and soil life up close. Test soil pH, learn about compost, and see chemistry and physics at work. Tackle real challenges, pests, weather, or plant health, using observation and problem solving. Every experiment is hands-on, making science memorable and fun. You'll develop critical thinking and resilience. The garden turns curiosity into real-world skills. A garden is about people as much as plants. Everyone has a role: planning, digging, planting, creating, organizing. Working together builds communication, respect, and lasting friendships. Shared ownership means everyone cares for the space and takes pride in its success. The garden connects you with students, teachers, and even the wider community. Invite parents, local experts, or donate your harvest. Make a real impact beyond school. You'll learn civic responsibility and see your actions matter. The school garden becomes a true community hub where everyone can grow. Planting a garden is a practical way to learn about sustainability. It's about understanding our actions and our responsibility to care for our planet. You learn about healthy soil and how to create it by composting, diverting waste from landfill. A school garden is the perfect place to learn about water conservation. Install a drip irrigation system that delivers water directly to the plant roots with minimal waste. By planting native species, you are creating a habitat for local wildlife. Ultimately, the lessons you learn in the garden sow the seeds for a more sustainable future. You are developing a deeper connection to the environment and a better understanding of where your food comes from. Let's talk about big native trees. For a truly special school garden, think long-term. Nothing says long-term like a magnificent native tree. They provide shade, cool the air, and support local ecosystems. They create habitats for birds and insects. Hollows in older trees become homes for possums and owls. They turn school grounds into thriving nature reserves. Their roots stabilize soil, prevent erosion, and manage water. Their leaves improve air quality by absorbing carbon dioxide. Native trees thrive in our climate, requiring less water and maintenance. Plant natives to celebrate our heritage for future generations. When you think of Australia, what tree comes to mind? For most, it's the iconic eucalypt. There are hundreds of species like the yellow box, famous for honey production, or the manna gum, a majestic tree and food source for koalas, and the red ironbark, a tough, drought-tolerant tree. Give eucalypts space away from buildings and power lines. Start with a seedling and water it during its first summers. Your eucalypt will become a landmark for decades to come. Beyond the eucalypts, there are other fantastic native giants that deserve a place in our school gardens. Let's talk about the wattles, or acacias. While many wattles are shrubs or small trees, some grow much larger. A brilliant example is the blackwood, or Acacia melanoxylon. This is a fast-growing and incredibly versatile tree that can be found across Victoria. It has dense, dark green foliage that provides excellent shade and acts as a fantastic screen or windbreak. In late winter and early spring, it bursts into life with masses of pale yellow, fluffy, ball-shaped flowers that brighten up the landscape and provide an early food source for insects. The blackwood is also valued for its beautiful dark timber. Another wonderful large wattle is the silver wattle, Acacia dealbata. This tree is famous for its stunning, feathery, silver-grey leaves, which give it a soft and elegant appearance all year round. It's one of the first trees to flower at the end of winter, producing a spectacular display of bright golden yellow, fragrant blossoms. This burst of colour is a cheerful sign that spring is on its way and is incredibly important for pollinators emerging from their winter dormancy. The silver wattle is very fast-growing, meaning you'll get the benefits of shade and habitat much sooner than with some other species, making it a rewarding choice for an impatient school gardening team. Now let's move on to the beautiful Banksias. The coast Banksia, or Banksia integrifolia, is an excellent choice for a medium to large tree, especially in sandy or coastal school grounds, as it's very tolerant of salt spray and wind. It's a rugged and characterful tree with leathery dark green leaves that have a silvery underside flashing in the breeze. Throughout most of the year, it produces its iconic large pale yellow flower spikes that look like giant candles. These flowers are dripping with nectar, attracting a huge variety of birds, especially lorikeets and honeyeaters, which you can watch feasting right outside your classroom. After the flowers finish, they develop into the classic woody cones, or Banksia men, that so many of us remember from childhood stories. These cones are not only fascinating to look at, but also hold their seeds until they are released by the heat of a bushfire. This makes them a fantastic tool for teaching students about the unique adaptations of Australian flora to their environment. Planting a coast Banksia provides a year-round source of interest in learning, from its flowers and foliage to its fascinating seed pods and the constant parade of wildlife it attracts, making it an invaluable addition to any school's natural landscape. Planting a large native tree is a commitment to the future. Planning is vital. Consider the tree's mature size and location, away from buildings and pipes. Smaller seedlings establish stronger root systems. Dig a wide, shallow hole, tease out the roots, and ensure the root ball is level with the soil. Water it deeply and mulch around the base. Once established, these trees require little care. You're creating a legacy for future generations. We've talked about magnificent giants, but not every school has space for a massive gum tree. That's where the heroes of the smaller garden come in, the small trees. These are perfectly proportioned plants that pack a punch without taking over the entire playground. One star is the lily pilly, or Syzygium smithii. It has glossy green leaves and edible berries. Another fantastic small native tree is the sweet bursaria, or Bursaria spinosa, an ecological superstar. In summer, it's covered in fragrant flowers that attract native insects. Let's not forget smaller grevilleas like Grevillea robin Gordon. They are famous for their unique spidery flowers and are guaranteed to bring honeyeaters and lorikeets to your garden. Now, let's talk about something truly exciting: growing your own fruit. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of picking a piece of fruit that you have grown yourself. And a school orchard is an incredible asset. It's a living source of healthy, delicious snacks and a brilliant teaching tool for everything from biology to business studies. The Victorian Government's Department of Education approves a wonderful range of fruit trees that thrive in our climate. Planting a selection of these means you can have fresh fruit available for much of the school year. Imagine grabbing a fresh apple or a juicy orange for your lunch. It doesn't get much better than that. Citrus trees are an absolute must-have for any Victorian school garden. Lemons, particularly the Eureka or Lisbon varieties, are incredibly productive and hardy. They provide fruit almost all year round, perfect for cooking classes, making lemonade, or for staff room tea. Oranges, like the Washington Navel, give you a burst of sweet, juicy vitamin C during the winter months when we need it most. Limes and mandarins are also fantastic choices. Citrus trees have lovely glossy dark green leaves and beautifully fragrant white blossoms. They are relatively compact, making them ideal for a sunny sheltered spot against a north-facing wall or in a large pot. Apples and pears are classic choices that grow exceptionally well across many parts of Victoria. There are so many wonderful varieties to choose from, each with its own unique flavour and texture. You could plant a Granny Smith for crisp, tart green apples perfect for cooking, a Gala for sweet red apples to eat fresh, or a Fuji for something super crunchy. Many apple and pear varieties need a different variety nearby for cross-pollination to produce fruit, so planting 2 different types is a great idea. This is a fantastic lesson in plant reproduction and the importance of biodiversity. Just make sure you get varieties that flower at the same time. Don't be afraid to try some other fantastic fruits as well. Plums, like the Satsuma or Victoria plum, are relatively easy to grow and produce bountiful crops of sweet, juicy fruit in the summer. Apricots and peaches also love our hot, dry summers, although they can be a bit more sensitive to frost. And for something really different, why not try a fig tree? They are incredibly tough, drought-tolerant, and produce wonderfully sweet and delicious fruit. Choosing a dwarf variety of these trees is a smart move for a school garden, as it keeps them at a manageable size for pruning and, most importantly, for harvesting. Planting a fruit tree is a ticket to future deliciousness. The number 1 rule for almost all fruit trees is sun. They need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. Good soil is also key. Fruit trees need soil that is rich in organic matter and drains well. When you plant, dig a hole that is twice as wide as the pot it came in but no deeper. A good layer of mulch will help keep the roots moist and happy. The best part, of course, is the harvest. Harvesting the fruit together is a fantastic community activity, a truly rewarding experience that connects you directly with your food. Let's get to the tasty stuff. It's time for the heart of the productive garden, the vegetable patch. Creating a veggie garden at your school is exciting and rewarding. It's a living, breathing, edible classroom, from a tiny seed to a delicious meal. The best way to start a veggie garden at school is with raised garden beds. Fill them with top-quality soil and compost. Vegetables need plenty of direct sunlight to grow strong. It's a great idea to have your veggie patch located somewhere close to a water source. Building a veggie garden is a fantastic team project. Then comes the fun part, filling them up. When starting out, the key is to grow things that are easy and give you quick results. Let's talk about superstar veggies guaranteed to grow well in a school garden. Leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, and silver beet are fantastic because you can harvest the outer leaves. Next, root vegetables. Radishes are champions of speed, and carrots are a classic favourite. Don't forget legumes. Peas and beans are incredibly rewarding to grow. Finally, for summer, zucchini and cherry tomatoes are great. Cherry tomatoes are perfect for snacking on during a break. Herbs are the secret ingredient that can take a garden from good to great. They are easy to grow, don't take up much space, and add incredible flavour and fragrance. Many herbs are fantastic for attracting beneficial insects like bees. They are a multi-sensory experience. You can touch, smell, and taste them. Let's start with hardy, woody herbs like rosemary, a must-have for sunny spots. Thyme is another fantastic low-growing herb. Oregano is another Mediterranean sun lover. Parsley is an absolute staple. Mint is famously easy to grow. Chives are another great choice. Basil is a classic summer herb. Planting marigolds among your veggies can help deter pests. Borage is another wonderful herb with beautiful blue flowers. Growing herbs is about creating a healthier and more balanced garden ecosystem. You have your raised beds and veggies. Now it's time to plan. Draw a map, considering which plants grow tall and which stay low, planting taller plants at the back. Crop rotation prevents pests and manages soil fertility. Consistent care is key. Water regularly, especially when it's hot, and weed to help your veggies thrive. Finally, harvest. Enjoy the reward of your hard work by cooking, donating, or selling your produce. G'day, gardeners. While celebrating amazing plants, it's important to discuss ones to avoid. Safety is the number 1 priority. Some common garden plants can be harmful if touched or eaten. The Department of Education has a list of plants not allowed in schools. For example, the oleander is highly poisonous. Another is the arum lily, containing crystals that cause intense pain. Euphorbia plants produce sap that causes rashes and is toxic if ingested. The roost tree can cause a nasty rash. Always be certain about what you're planting. Check the school's plant guide or consult an expert. Be responsible and create a safe, welcoming space. Our responsibility as gardeners extends beyond the school fence. The plants we choose can have a huge impact on the wider environment. Some introduced plants are so successful at spreading that they escape our gardens and invade local bushland. These are known as invasive weeds, and they are environmental villains. They outcompete our precious native plants for sunlight, water, and nutrients, destroying habitats for our local wildlife. A prime example to avoid is English ivy, or Hedera helix. It might look charming climbing up an old wall, but it can quickly smother native shrubs and trees, and its seeds are spread by birds, allowing it to invade new areas with ease. Another aggressive invader you must never plant is the bluebell creeper, Billardiera heterophylla. This Western Australian native, while attractive with its blue flowers, has become a serious environmental weed in Victoria. It scrambles over native vegetation, strangling smaller plants and preventing the regeneration of larger ones. Similarly, plants like Agapanthus precox, are often seen in gardens, but their seeds can easily wash into waterways and spread into bushland reserves, where they form dense clumps that exclude native species. Choosing not to plant these is a powerful act of environmental stewardship, protecting the biodiversity that makes Victoria so special. Some plants become weedy because they produce a massive number of seeds that spread far and wide. The Cotamundra wattle, Acacia balliana for instance, is a beautiful wattle, but it is not native to Victoria. It has been planted so widely that it now hybridizes with our local wattles and has become a major weed in many areas, changing the genetic integrity of our local flora. Likewise, the sweet Pittosporum undulatum, which is native to eastern Victoria, can become a significant environmental weed when planted outside of its natural range, as it aggressively colonizes bushland and shades out other plants. We must always prioritize planting species that are local to our specific area. By making conscious choices, we can ensure our school garden is part of the solution, not part of the problem. Before planting anything, ask the question, is this plant known to be invasive in my local area? You can find this information from your local council or on the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning website. By actively avoiding these environmental weeds, you are becoming a guardian of your local ecosystem. You are teaching a crucial lesson about ecological responsibility and demonstrating that a beautiful garden can and should exist in harmony with the natural environment that surrounds it. Beyond safety and environmental concerns, some plants are just not a good idea for a school because they create practical problems and future hassles. We want our garden to be a source of joy, not a constant maintenance headache. One group of plants to be very wary of are those with aggressive root systems. For example, some species of bamboo, particularly the running varieties, can send underground runners or rhizomes, spreading far and wide. These roots can pop up meters away from the parent plant, breaking through garden beds, paths, and even potentially damaging underground pipes. While they can look great, they can quickly become a management nightmare. We also need to think about plants that create a lot of mess or have inconvenient features. For instance, while the female ginkgo tree, Ginkgo biloba, is beautiful, it drops messy, foul-smelling fruit that would be very unpleasant on school paths or playgrounds. Similarly, a tree like the London plane tree, Platanus x acerifolia, though great for shade, has large leaves that can clog gutters and produces fine hairs on its leaves and seed balls that can irritate the eyes and airways of some people. Choosing low-mess, non-irritating plants will make the garden a much more pleasant place for everyone and reduce the workload for maintenance staff. Plants with large thorns or sharp spines should also be avoided in a school setting, especially in high-traffic areas. While a thorny plant might be useful as a barrier hedge in some situations, in a school garden where students are actively involved, they pose an unnecessary risk of scratches and injuries. Plants like the hawthorn, Crataegus monogyna, which is also an environmental weed, or some varieties of roses with particularly vicious thorns, are best left out. We want to encourage students to get up close to plants, And removing the risk of being pricked or scratched makes the garden a much more inviting and accessible space for hands-on learning. Ultimately, a successful school garden is a well-planned garden. Thinking about these practical issues from the start will save you a lot of trouble down the track. The goal is to create a space that is not only beautiful, safe, and educational, but also sustainable and manageable in the long term. By avoiding plants with invasive roots, messy habits, or hazardous thorns, you are making a smart decision that will ensure the garden remains a positive asset for the school community for many years to come. It's all about choosing the right plant for the right place, ensuring a legacy of easy care enjoyment. So, there we have it. A whirlwind tour of the amazing possibilities waiting for you just outside your classroom door. This is your toolkit, your guide to creating something truly special. It is an invitation to connect with the earth, to get your hands in the soil and to watch something incredible happen. A school garden is a place of endless discovery. A science lab, an art studio, a quiet sanctuary, and a bustling community hub all rolled into one. You are building something real and lasting, a gift to every student who comes after you. That is your legacy. You can transform a boring patch of grass into a vibrant, productive, and beautiful oasis. It shows you that you are not just a student, you are a creator, a nurturer, and a change maker. So, what is the next step? The journey of 1,000 plants begins with a single seed or a single idea. The first thing to do is to start a conversation. Talk to your friends, your favorite teachers, your principal. Show them the possibilities. Form a garden club or a green team. The more people you get excited and involved, the easier it will be to get your project off the ground. Enthusiasm is contagious, so spread it around. Use this guide as your starting point. Plan what you would like to create. Do you want a quiet native habitat corner, a bustling veggie patch, or a school orchard? Dream big. Don't be afraid to start small. You don't have to build the entire garden all at once. Perhaps you can begin with a few pots of herbs outside the food technology classroom or a single raised garden bed. Success breeds success. Once people see the amazing results of your first small effort, they will be keen to support a bigger project. Celebrate every small victory, the first seedling that sprouts, the first ladybird you spot, the first radish you harvest. These moments are what build momentum and keep everyone motivated. Remember, every great garden started with just one small patch of dirt and a lot of passion. This is your adventure. It is your chance to experiment, to learn, to make mistakes, and to try again. There is no such thing as a black thumb, only gardeners who are still learning. The natural world is the best teacher you will ever have, and it is very forgiving. The most important thing is to have fun with it. Enjoy the feeling of the sun on your back, the smell of the damp earth, and the thrill of seeing your plants grow and change each day. This is your space to create, to relax, and to connect with your friends and with nature in a way that you just can't get inside a classroom. So I'm passing the spade to you. I want you to take these ideas and make them your own. Create the garden that you want to see at your school, a place that reflects your personality, your creativity, and your hopes for a greener, healthier world. The potential is limitless. You have the knowledge, you have the passion, and now you have the guide. So get out there, gather your team, get your hands dirty, and let's get growing together. I cannot wait to see the incredible things you are going to create. Cheers to you, the gardeners of the future.